That's what I'm going to start doing, biting these motherfuckers. And so the next fight I got into, I bit this motherfucker, bit his ear off. So when I, in the whole, we get to go to the prison hospital, fill out when we want to go. So somebody went there and come back and told me that they seen the dude that I was talking about biting his ear off. And said, man, he had both ears. Told me I was lying. I said, bullshit, I ain't lying about nothing. I knew I bit it off. But when I seen it for myself, I told myself, the next time I bite one of these some bitches, he ain't gonna get it back. I'll swallow that motherfucker before I give it back to him, right? So I got in a fight about 3 days later, right? Did the same thing. I bit this motherfucker whole side of his face off, right? And swallowed it. I bit another motherfucker's nose off. I bit a motherfucker's top lip and his bottom lip, tore it off of it. This shit is documented. It's recorded and documented. I done shredded these motherfuckers with my mouth, right? Then it got to the point where didn't nobody want to fight me because they'll say, nigga, all you gonna do is bite a motherfucker. You goddamn right, I'm gonna bite the shit out of you, right?
Okay, so we all know Fleece Johnson, aka the Booty Warrior, for his interviews where he talks about how he loves behind, and he's just infatuated with people's behind. Now, here's the thing. In this interview, he was talking about how he has a habit of, he had a habit at this point of biting people when he was away, and it got so bad to the point where they gave him a warning, and he didn't abide by the warning, basically saying, if you continue to put your mouth on people, they were going to remove his teeth, right? To be honest, I know a lot of people were saying how, they violated his rights and it wasn't right for them. When I first saw an interview with him a couple of months ago, they were saying that he was out of prison. I didn't know too much about was that true or not, because, people don't always have their facts right. But he was saying, when I first saw him, I saw another interview where he didn't have teeth in his mouth. And as we all remember that interview some time ago where he had on like the beige or the brown, when he was talking about his everlasting love for behind, he had on brown, but he had teeth in his mouth, right? So when I first saw that, I said to myself, well, maybe he's just getting old. You know how old folks, some old folks don't always have their teeth in old age because everybody didn't take care of their teeth growing up. We all see a lot of these days, people get those veneers. To me, to be honest, I think a lot of the people that get veneers is just because they didn't take good care of their teeth. Like I told you, I had a good Judy back in the day. She has veneers now, but she did not take good care of her teeth. Whenever she would come over my house when we were like in middle school or whatever, when we would wake up, like I could be in the bathroom brushing my teeth, she just put mouthwash in her mouth and just going about her day. But that's a conversation for another day. Like I always say, I think a lot of the skinny bitches, they feel that they don't have to wash their ass and stuff like that. She was one of the ones that, I'm gonna just be honest, she didn't really keep up on certain things. I think it was because she felt that she was a light-skinned girl with curly hair and kind of small frame. She felt that she didn't really need to do these things, but it matters. It matters because in older age, as we can see, people don't understand you're gonna need this body forever. That set of teeth that you have, and unless you buy some more or get some braces or something, for the most part, those are your teeth. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, even when you get veneers, I think they put something on top of the teeth that you already have. I don't think they take your grill out to put them veneers in. I don't know how they do it. But to me, to be honest, I don't think it's no such thing. I don't think it's any such thing as you cannot save your teeth. Even if you have to get teeth whitening scrubs, I'm going to tell you something that I turned somebody on to. The Crest Step 1 and Step 2. Somebody told me that it burned their gums, but that's because it's deep cleaning. It's deep cleaning. You're not supposed to be brushing your gums with that. No way. You're supposed to be brushing your teeth. You're supposed to be brushing your teeth. So the step 1 and the step 2, they said they saw a difference, but they couldn't do it because it burned their gums. It burned my gums. But it's basically the nutshell, it's no such thing as you cannot save your teeth. Even if your teeth a little yellow, wear some teeth whitening strips. Be patient with it. Don't think you're gonna wear them for 1 week. And then, first of all, you're not supposed to be wearing them every single day. No way. You're supposed to wear them every single now and then. But in the meantime, between time, get some real good toothpaste. Crest, my love. Crest. Not no Colgate, Sensodyne, and all that other stuff. I mean, you can every now and then. But Crest. 3D. The step 1, step 2. The teeth whitening strips. The charcoal. The charcoal Crest. I'm telling you, it's a big difference. You can make a big difference in your teeth. It's no such thing as, oh, my teeth yellow, let me just get some veneers. No, be patient with your teeth. Because half y'all that get them veneers, the veneers are too big for y'all mouth anyway. Okay, so I love me some Eva Marcel, but she's a good example of them veneers too big for her mouth. She can't even close her mouth. Okay, but nonetheless, I know I'm going off a tangent. Y'all know how I do. But nonetheless, back to Fleece, right? So I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I think 100% that they had every right to take his teeth out his mouth the same way he takes people's behind. He has said, he has admitted to it. If he likes somebody and they don't like him, he said he'll tell them we can do it the easy way or the hard way. You take for somebody, people take from you. He has no right to be in there taken from people. Some of those people, now let's just be honest, everybody in prison did not commit the crime. Some people did, some people didn't. So think about it. What happens when you have somebody in prison locked away that didn't commit the crime and they get their behind taken from them? How does that make people feel? Like, how does one feel that that's their nephew or that's their son or their godson or whatever the case may be? How are they supposed to feel about that? Most importantly, how is the person supposed to feel that's actually the person at the bottom? If you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not right. And I know a lot of people were saying, oh, well, that's not right for them to take his teeth out his mouth. At that point, his teeth were a weapon. His teeth were a weapon, And if they had warned him, he said himself numerous times, even after they warned him, he said that he still kept doing it. That meaning when they didn't do nothing the times after they told you that they would, they were trying to give you a chance to make it right. They were trying to give you a chance to cut it out. But you kept doing it. So it's like, at what point do you stop? So, nonetheless, I know a lot of people were feeling bad for him. I don't feel bad for him. He was told to stop doing it. He didn't stop doing it. And now, he has to deal with that. I know a lot of people in the comments were saying, oh, well, here we go once again with, them mistreating another black man in America and all this other mess. Like I told y'all, I'm not the jump on the bandwagon just because I'm black. I'm not doing that. If you're wrong, you're wrong. We live in a world where, I can't stress this enough. People always want you to pacify them, and I'm just not that girl that's just gonna, feel bad for you automatically just because you black. I'm just not that girl. If you did it, you did it. They asked you to stop doing it, you kept doing it. They made it so that when you when you do get in a jam, hey, may the force be with you. It is what it is. If you out here biting people to the point where you are causing life damage, your mouth is a weapon. And they took your weapon from you. It is what it is. And that's just what it is. Okay, so I saw that a lot of people in the comments were saying how it's just such an injustice. The system was attacking a black man by taking his teeth out his mouth and, you know, all this other mess. I don't give a F-U-C-K. Holding the traffic light. Y'all know how it's just that one car. Like, everybody, you thinking traffic backed up. You thinking the traffic backed up, and the whole time it's just that one car holding everybody else up on the road. Like, I don't understand. Like, I'm telling y'all, I really do think they should pass a law. If you ain't got nothing else to do, don't just hold up traffic like that. It's people out here trying to get where they gotta go. They ain't got time to be, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, nonetheless, so yeah, so I saw a lot of people in the comments were talking about how it was just such an injustice for them to take his teeth out his mouth and, you know, and stuff like that. But the thing is, you know, like I told somebody the other day, y'all gotta, I don't care about nobody else, but as for me, I already told y'all how I feel about marching for fellow black people. Like, I'm just not gonna do it. I'm not mixed with nothing, and that's my God-given right. If I don't want to march for y'all, I don't have to march for y'all. Like, everything that black people go through is not just an injustice. It does not mean that white people trying to keep us down. Sometimes, yes, but not all the damn time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I told y'all about a couple of the experiences that I have been through, and I cannot stress this enough. You know, those experiences have contributed to the way my brain works even as an adult. You see what I'm saying? How I handle situations, what I will and what I will not allow, what I will and what I will not deal with. You know, everything is not just an injustice. You know, some of y'all need to face the fact that y'all just don't know how to act. And it's consequences for y'all action. Like, every time black people get in the jam, that does not mean, you know, people need to go grab a sign and go protest. I'm sorry, you know, I told y'all how I feel. I'm gonna just be honest, you know, it's nothing really that can make me, you know what I'm saying? Because I just been through so much with y'all, you know, and the reality of the situation is, this is a good example of people just wanting something to be mad about. They just want something to blame the system about, because he in there biting people. Okay, I understand you got to protect yourself and stuff, but I'm sorry, I can't really feel too bad for you for anything that they do to you when you in there trying to basically pull people. Well, not even trying. He has admitted to taking people case. When you tell somebody we can do this the easy way or the hard way, like, you bullying them into, you know, giving up the case. I have no sympathy for people like that. You know, I told y'all the story time about the dyke. Well, I didn't tell y'all the story time. I told y'all how I was in an alternative school. I said I'm gonna give y'all a story time of that, but I gave y'all go back and look at the story where I told y'all one of my bullies growing up, I ended up stabbing her. You know, I told y'all how that was a dyke that I had to stab her because she got mad because I wouldn't give her a kiss. You know what I'm saying? So, and I told y'all how she just got arrested on charges. Go back and look at that if you don't know what I'm talking about. But anyway, I'm still going to give y'all that story time. I haven't forgotten. But the thing is, you know, when I see stuff like that, when I hear people say stuff like that, you know, it's basically like the same way she did me. Like, you going to try to bully me into being gay. It's not right. And then when I tell her no, she wanted to fight. And we ended up fighting. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's not right. I don't like when people do stuff like that. You're going to tell somebody we're going to do this the easy way or the hard way. That's no different than the dyke telling me nobody tells me no. My own mama don't even tell me no. You know what I'm saying? That's not right. If somebody not gay, you can't force them into being gay or doing something that you want them to do just because that's what you want. Because you want them. You cannot make them or try to bully them into doing what you want them to do. That's not right. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is, you know, when I see stuff like that, you know, I don't feel like when I saw her mugshot on the news. You think I'm not to feel bad because her family said, well, she didn't mean to do it. The person that actually passed away, they were saying that that wasn't even the person that she was aiming for. But the thing is, you think I'm about to feel bad because basically you out there doing something you ain't got no business doing, and now you about to do some time? No. And anything that happens to her, you know, hey, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not right. It's not right. And the same thing applies for Fleece. You know, he tried to bully people, and you know what I'm saying? What if the people everybody in prison, as we all know, are not people, horrible people. Now, a lot of them are. But a lot of them really didn't do the crime. So you basically, you know what I'm saying? What if you in there taking cakes from somebody that really didn't do nothing? And now you're traumatizing them. You're going to make them be a bad person because they're going to feel like they manhood. They say once a man gets raped, that's his manhood right there. One thing, because if he not gay, he got his back door taken from him. Then another thing, because he couldn't fight you off. As a man, they say you're supposed to be able to fight him off, but I'm not going to say that necessarily make you weak, because as we all heard the old saying, there's always somebody out there stronger than us. So I'm not going to say that necessarily makes him weak, but you know what I'm saying? But I'll say it like this, and I'm going to just go ahead and say it. You know, ladies, let's be honest. How many of us would want a man that, if he told us he got his back door taken from him, how many of us would feel the same way about him? And that's a question. Think about this. So can't nobody say, well, she said she wouldn't be with somebody. I did not say that. I'm asking you all, would you feel the same way about him had he told you that? That's a question. That's not me telling you. That's just me asking. Would you feel the same way about him? You see what I'm saying? So, nonetheless, we're going to leave that there. But other than that, you know, everything that these black guys go through is not just an injustice of the system. You know, I'm sorry. To be honest, I don't think I'm not even sorry. I don't think Fleece is a good person. I don't think he's a good person. I'm going to just be honest with y'all. I don't. I think he's a cute kiki. Not cute like that, but I mean, like, he's something he's entertaining because he talks so much nonsense. So he's definitely entertaining, but other than that, y'all, I don't think he's a good person. I don't think he's a good person. Anytime you could do something like that to somebody, you cannot convince me that you are a good person. And, you know, that's how I feel about that. I'm glad that they did that to him. The same way that he takes stuff from other people, they took something from him. So, and it's not like they didn't warn you. He said himself that, you know, he had been in fights after that. You know, and they still didn't take him out his mouth. You know, they were giving you a chance right there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to be honest with y'all. Whenever I see stories, I've told y'all I like to watch the lockup raw stories or like the jail documentaries. Because some of that stuff is really, it's really educational. It's, you know, if some of it really is. You know, if you listen to some of these guys' story or even the female stories. How some of them said they didn't grow up, you know, rough and, you know, they just made bad decisions. You know, I told y'all I like the America Trap Queen, the one on BET, the one that Judge Mathis helped produce. I like that one too, because they were saying how a lot of the times they think, you know, only guys can be out here being the dope boys and the, you know, the drug dealers. They said some of the females be doing it too. So it's very interesting, you know, especially when they had the stories up there how they move dope from state to state, cross the border and stuff. It's interesting because a lot of them, you would never, looking at them, you wouldn't think that they would do something like that. You know, so nonetheless, but more of the story, when I first saw Fleece I ain't gonna say when he first, because I don't know if that video was old or not, but I said to myself, he's so little. Whenever I see a skinny person or a little person on like a jail documentary, I've said to myself, how did they survive in prison? You know, they so small, they so little, you know. But We all see how he survived. He was biting the shit out of people. Okay? But nonetheless, you know, and imagine if he'll do that to somebody, if he'll bite somebody to the point where they damn near handicap, you know, imagine he's so in love with behind. Imagine when he finally get his face in some. How he gonna just, you know what I'm saying? If he can get in a fight and bite somebody, that's, you know, imagine when you in a fight, you gonna do whatever you gotta do to win. So if he'll do that on attack mode, imagine what he doing for something he really loves. You know what I'm saying? And imagine you not being into that and then somebody just overpowering you and doing it anyway. You see what I'm saying? It's crazy. You know, but I told y'all I'm going to do a video on the LGBTQ community, how I feel, how it's a double standard. I gave y'all an example about the dyke growing up. I gave y'all the example about Fleece just now. You know, because a lot of the times, I forgot what celebrity that was, came out and said how the LGBTQ community is a double standard with y'all. And they got a lot of backlash. I forgot I forgot who did that. But I gotta find it. And I'm when I do my story, if I can remember, I'm gonna try to put that in there. Because I believe that. I believe that, you know, too, because I can say that coming from my experience. I feel that a lot of the times, I'm not saying everybody in that community, but a lot of y'all try to push y'all beliefs on everybody else. And then when somebody say, like I told y'all when I was at the job that time, when I was new, I had a feeling the girl was gonna try me. And when I told her I ain't roll that way, she act like she didn't want to train me no more. Matter of fact, she left me hanging. Matter of fact, we were supposed to do our rounds together. She left me. I had to find my way back. Pitch black at night. Pitch black. She left me. You see what I'm saying? So it's like when somebody don't want to do what y'all want to do, all of a sudden it's like, you know what I'm saying? You're not open-minded. You need to loosen up. You know what I'm saying? It's like y'all try to push them into doing what y'all want them to do. Not all of y'all, but a lot of y'all do. You know what I'm saying? And if you get somebody a little entitled, they just might want to fight your ass. You know what I'm saying? You know, or they may like the dyke, bitch. Don't be telling me no. My own mama don't tell me no. Like, you know, it's like y'all get aggressive when y'all can't get what y'all want. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's terrible. But again, I said I'm gonna do a video on that one day. I'm definitely gonna do a video on that one day because, you know, I feel how I feel. You know, and it's not right. But other than that, this is not an injustice. Fleece got what he deserved. He off the chain. And like I said, I don't believe he's a good person. I said what I said and I meant what I said.